It's tournament time in college volleyball. We're excited to bring you great first-round action featuring the Arkansas State Red Wolves, fresh off a Sun Belt Tournament championship, and the Baylor Bears looking to make it 10-0 in NCAA tournament first-round games under head coach Ryan McGuire, live here on ESPN+. And we welcome you courtside here to Holloway Gymnasium in West Lafayette, Indiana, alongside Gavin Connolly. I am Max Bury. Gavin, it's going to be a fun one today. Both teams coming in on a hot streak. Red Wolves have won their last 6. Baylor's won their last 3.
Definitely two teams coming in with a lot of momentum, and Arkansas State playing with a lot of confidence after their 3-game dominant performance in the Sun Belt tournament. Led by their leader, middle blocker Dadriana Kale, one of the best middle blockers in the country, and she was phenomenal in the Sun Belt tournament, posting 19 kills and 25 blocks in only 3 games.
Kale, first team all Sun Belt Conference, second straight season for that honor for her. And then on the other side, Baylor's been led by a great freshman in Rockmanchik.
Yeah, Ksenia Rockmanchik, the second most kills in program history by a freshman, and just the 3rd freshman in the Ryan McGuire era to earn all Big 12 first-team honors.
She's just the second Baylor freshman to hit 300 kills in one season. So take a look at Arkansas State's starting lineup. No changes from the Sun Belt Championship against James Madison. It'll be Kale, Whitlock, Madigan, Maloney, Gluns, Collum, and Lewis for the Red Wolves. And on the other sides in Baylor for Kreck, it'll be Rockmanchik, Davis, Essex. McCurdy comes in for Bailey Warren from the game against TCU. And Babinbi and Madison will round it out as the libero for the Bears. As we get set to go here in West Lafayette, Indiana, it's an honor to have you join us here on ESPN Plus for first round NCAA tournament action. We're just the second game of the tournament so far. Let's take a look at Ryan McGuire, his 11th season as the head coach with the Baylor Bears. Look at that record, 236-93. He's made all but one tournament while coaching the Baylor Bears as the head coach. The only time he missed it was his first season 11 years ago. Maloney will lead it off with a service ace.
What a way to start things off if you're Arkansas State. And Jonesboro's 377 miles from West Lafayette, but there are a lot of Red Wolves fans here today.
Sure feels like kind of a home game as Maloney will hit that one off the tape. First swing for Babinbi will go right back to the Baylor side. Outside now, kept up. The outside Lewis swing. Now a little tap over. Kale will keep it up. It'll hit the tape and fall down, and it'll be a point for Baylor.
Yeah, one thing to watch today is how the lack of size for Arkansas State will affect them here today. Baylor has struggled against teams with a very good block, but Arkansas State just not as big as some of these Power 4 schools. We'll see how they make up for it.
Both liberos will get the first serve for both of these sides. That set was a little long there for Lewis. Babinbi now back to Lewis again. Off the block and down. Another point for Arkansas State, and right now it feels like an Arkansas State home game in here.
It really does. A lot of energy coming from their side of the court.
And outside and right into the chest of Whitlock, and that was Rockmanchik picking up her first kill. And that's what she's been doing all season long for Baylor, the freshman from Minsk, Belarus.
And we're going to be seeing a lot of that here today. One of the most dominant outside hitters in the Big 12 this year.
And I think Whitlock has gone away with that with a bloody nose, as the powerful swing from Rockmanchik actually ended up hitting her, I think, in the face instead of the chest, like I said. So early stoppage here in the first set, 2-2 current score, as she's being tended to quickly by the medical staff for Arkansas State.
And credit to Coach Brian Gerwig here in his 4th season with the Red Wolves. As we take a look at this replay, yeah, just catching her right in the nose. A lot of force on that big swing from Rockmanchik.
Well, Rockmanchik, as we mentioned, first team all Big 12 rookie team as well. She's a true freshman from Belarus, and she actually had a career high in kills the other day just against TCU. Their last match, she had 28 kills on a .433 hitting percentage. She has been outstanding for the Bears all season long, as got what appears to be a little blood on the Terraflex here. Getting that wiped up as we take a look at Brian Gerwig, head coach for Arkansas State. 75-51 for him, his 4th season at the helm. This is his first head coaching job. Last year, he was the Sun Belt Conference Coach of the Year. They made it to the championship game in the tournament. Didn't pan out this year. They were able to get over the hump, and this is the first time that Arkansas State has reached the NCAA tournament since 2015. They have yet to win a tournament game, however, in program history. As the swing for Kale immediately off the short set.
Right out of the quick stoppage, Arkansas State was ready for that. Take a look at the replay, just a quick setup to Kale, and she can do it on both ends. She's known for her blocking, but she's been near the top of Arkansas State in kills per set as well, and you're seeing that early in set 1.
Adriana Kale, talented middle blocker. Originally played at Little Rock. This is her 2nd season at Arkansas State. As that one teeters off the block and down on the Baylor side. Another point for Arkansas State.
Arkansas State coming out flying, and one of the things to look for Baylor, they have 7 underclassmen on this roster. Their stars are very, very young. Most of them, it's their first NCAA tournament game. Wonder if there's a little bit of jitters on the side of the Bears here early.
G. Weiler served that one away. The swing for Rockmanchik is handled on the outside, pushed over to the middle of the floor. Baylor keeps it up. Rockmanchik, another attempt, dug out there by G. Weiler. Nice backward set, good swing, but dug out by Madison. Net joust won by Rockmanchik, but the Red Wolves keep it up. Down into the block and right back into Kale as Baylor picks up the first block of the game.
Yeah, a big play for Baylor. They kind of stopped the bleeding a little bit here. Again, just a big block in the middle there. That was number 7, Victoria Davis, 6'2" junior from Santa Clarita.
So Rockmanchik will head back to the service line for Baylor. And just pushed it wide off the serve. So a service error for the Belarusian.
Yeah, and a rare mistake there for Baylor, especially from Rockmanchik. She's got 22 service aces, and the Bears as a team are 4th last in the Big 12 in service errors.
Here's Kale from the service line, and she gives it right back on the service error. So trading service errors for the 2 players that we picked to watch in this game as players of interest, high impact. So back at the line now is Tori Davis. Going to the outside, the swing right near the antenna. Good swing from Addison Collum. All SBC 3rd team this season. She picked up 250 kills and 80 blocks.
Yeah, you see Arkansas State just going back to the outside, and credit there on the swing, just putting it in a spot where Baylor was not defending it.
Valeria Ortiz coming into the game now for the Red Wolves. Back row attack. That'll go long. And the Red Wolves get away with it. Valeria Ortiz at the service line. She's been somewhat of a secondary setter for Arkansas State. They have this interesting dynamic between their 2 setters, as that one is a free ball and thrown down by Glunz right at the net, and Baylor struggling right now.
Yeah, just not clean execution for the Bears thus far. A lot of unforced errors offensively, and a timeout is called. Fitting as the Arkansas State fans erupt.
McGuire wants to talk it over with his team, as we will take a quick break here. We'll be right back here on ESPN+. We're back here in West Lafayette. Arkansas State off to a hot start, 8-4 in the early going for the Red Wolves. As Valeria Ortiz still at the service line. Ortiz has been coming off the bench the majority of the season, but she has 442 assists. The other setter in Erin Madigan has quite a few herself. She's got almost 700, but they've been essentially splitting the carries. To the outside, teeters off the Baylor block and down onto the floor. Another point for Arkansas State as they just continue to fly.
And they're just continuing to attack this front row of Baylor. Again, a lot of mistakes defensively, not something we're used to seeing from the Bears.
That one just a bit long. Smart leave from Tahani Ulufatu. on the back line, and Baylor gets out of it.
That ends a 4-0 Red Wolves run. Still leading by 4 here in the first set.
Nice set from Ortiz. And going right at the libero. Madison on the other side. Couldn't pick it off the ground.
Ortiz subbing in and making an immediate impact. First kill on her first attack.
Caitlin Whitlock, the junior from San Antonio, Texas, serving it up. Nice back set, kept up by Whitlock. Now outside, Lewis, awkward swing, but she got it down. Wow, what a swing from Devin Lewis on the outside, teetering it off the tape and dropping it in the front corner.
Yeah, Arkansas State just winning all these battles on the outside. You see getting a little bit of the help from the net there, but they will take it. Arkansas State attacking cross court now on the outside.
Another service error for Arkansas State. That's number 3 on the evening for them. 3 of the 6 Baylor points have come at the hands of Arkansas State errors on the service line. Right now, Red Wolves hitting .538 as a collective, and Baylor hitting .077, but that serve reception was poor, and it will fall to the floor, point Baylor.
Yeah, the priority for Baylor has just been feeding Rachmanchik as much as possible. 8 total attacks here early on in the first set.
Another bit of a poor reception from the libero Maloney. And that one will drop just on the 3-meter line.
And a smart play by Gabrielle Essex there, as Arkansas State was just kind of in a panic mode. Just a simple tap over the defense.
Baylor now on a 3-0 scoring run. On the line again, that's better from Maloney. Outside for Lewis to the middle of the floor, picked out. Rachmanchik into the block. Attitude from Red Wolves, who ranked 1st in the Sun Belt in blocks per set, 10th in the country with 2.88.
Yeah, and that was number 19, Peyton Van Veen, who was all over that one. Just understanding where Rachmanchik wanted to be and just able to stuff her at the net.
Rachmanchik will hit that one off the block, and it'll go out of play for a point for the Bears. Rachmanchik's had a slow start to the game so far, 3 kills on 10 attempts with 2 errors. She does have a block to her credit, but she has been the main point of attack for Baylor, and the Red Wolves starting to be able to shut that down. Perhaps Baylor getting a little too predictable. That one will teeter off the block. Ortiz outside, Lewis push into the corner, and a nifty swing there from Lewis, who is having herself a great start to this one. 3 kills on 7 swings.
Yeah, she's been great, and the depth of the Red Wolves really showing off early. 3 different players with 2 or more kills.
Aaron Madigan will send it away. And that one, a powerful swing from Babinbe. The grad middle blocker giving Baylor a strong point there from Yaoundé, Cameroon.
Yeah, and that was one of the best executed plays of the night so far for Baylor.
Now Ulufatu will send it away from the service line. Off the block, Madison now. A little dump over, good dig by Maloney. Into the short floor, and a great swing from Addison Collum, the sophomore from Buena Park, California.
That kill is started completely by number 11, Mia Maloney. Baylor caught the Red Wolves off guard, but Maloney with the dig of the night so far, leading to a Red Wolves kill.
Maloney's got 3 digs in this one so far for Arkansas State. Outside, Rachmanchik off the block and down. Another good swing from the freshman.
Yeah, and the power of these Bears outside hitters really starting to show these last few points. There's been better execution, getting their outside hitters better spots, and there have been some powerful swings here as of recent. Outside, nice swing and a better dig from Rachmanchik.
Now Warren, good dig out there from Arkansas State. Now back again, and another kill. That time it's Caitlin Whitlock with her second.
You see there, just a bit of miscommunication by Baylor once again. Defensive spacing hasn't been there consistently.
On the slide and a net touch, and that will go against Arkansas State, as it appeared that Whitlock went into the net for the block. Now from the service line, it's Tori Davis. She had 3 kills and 5 blocks against TCU in their last match. A strong swing, but dug out well. Baylor on the counter. Huge response from the Bears there as they continue to chip away at the Red Wolves' lead.
Yeah, Bailey Warren with her first kill of the night on 5 total attacks. She'd been trying to get warmed up all night. Warren, one of the Bears selected to the All Big 12 rookie team this year.
Poor reception there from G. Weiler, but Arkansas State makes it work. Good set off the block and pushed over. And now dumped down. What a kill. Unbelievable little swing there from Crack. And a timeout will go for the Red Wolves.
Crack, the redshirt sophomore from Emory, Texas, with an experienced move there at the net. See, just sensing where the Red Wolves weren't.
So clever from Harley Crack.
And
leads the team at service aces.
Baylor, a 3-0 scoring run. They've really found their momentum here after a slow start. Only within 1 here. Able to quiet the crowd of these Red Wolves fans.
Crack had a career high 49 assists versus TCU last time out. Both these teams, as we said, coming into this game on a good streak. Baylor won their last 3. And Arkansas State won their last 6, which involved 3 sweeps, 2 4-setters, and then 1 5-setter against Texas State in the Sun Belt semifinal in that tournament. But for Baylor, the story of the season has been their form away from home has been subpar, to say the least. In true road games, it's 5-7. True neutral site, 1-1. They've been suboptimal when they're not in Waco, but when they're in Waco, they're practically unstoppable.
You see the season recap on your screen, finishing 5th in the Big 12, overperforming expectations. You see those some of the big wins versus LSU, TCU, and Utah. Also had a big win against number 17 BYU back on October 23rd. TCU was ranked number 9th in the nation when they beat them back in September. Again, a very young team is Baylor. But you pair that with an experienced head coach in McGuire, someone that has not lost in the opening round. We'll see what the result becomes.
Outside for Warren, dug out, trying to keep it alive, and they do it, and it'll fall to the floor. Bit of a weak swing, but Baylor miscommunicated and nobody went for it on the back row.
Yeah, a weak swing, but a lot of spin on that one. Again, just a split-second miscommunication, like you said, but that's all it took. The top spin on that ball, just falling to the floor quickly.
Ortiz back in to serve. Short set, tapped over, dug back, and sent back down by Gabrielle Essex. That's her second kill.
We've seen that a couple times from Essex in particular recently, where the Bears are just quickly tapping down these balls in the middle.
And that serve from Crack will go into the net. A service error for the Bears, their second of the set. Well, for these sides, they're relatively similar in terms of how they like to play. Both are very heavy on the defensive side of things. As Babinbi will roll that one off the tape, and it actually was blocked by Arkansas State. Now Warren right through the seam, but a nice dig and a swing from Essex at the net joust to win herself her third kill.
Yeah, Essex having a nice set here. Just too much power there in the middle. Arkansas State was ready for it. Deflecting off the hands, going out of play.
Well, Baylor was 58th in terms of blocks per set, as that one will fly over the boundary and go out of bounds on the service error. But Baylor was 58th in the country in blocks per set with just under 2.5, and Arkansas State in 10th position in the country. In terms of opposing hitting percentage, Arkansas State is 4th. They only allowed opponents to hit 137 against them this season, as that one will follow the floor off the block, and Baylor picks up another point. 1 point game, 18-17.
And they were defending Baylor near perfectly at the beginning of this set. Baylor getting their hitting percentage up to 323 now here.
Ortiz had a wide open option with Van Veen on the right side, and she swung it down to the middle of the floor. Point Red Wolves.
Yeah, Van Veen, the tallest player on this Red Wolves squad, standing at 6'3". Just delayed a little bit, found the gap between middle blocker and the outside hitter of Baylor. Found the open spot on the court.
Neither of these teams particularly huge in terms of height, as that swing from Babembe was dug out. Now outside with Lewis. What a dig from Morgan Madison. Now net joust off the fingertips and down. What a rally from both liberos. A couple of nice digs from them, but Baylor comes away with the point.
Yeah, that's dig number 5 there for Morgan Madison.
Now Tiulafatu. That one tapped over. It's essentially a free ball. Off the block and out of play. And the game is all tied up now at 19 apiece as Baylor has come back.
Baylor with all the momentum right now. Rachmanchek really starting to feel her groove a little bit, up to 6 kills.
Rachmanchek hitting 308. Now through the middle, nice dig there on the squeeze. Now to the back row. Rachmanchek, did that hit fingertips? Yes, it did. And so it'll be point Baylor as they take the lead here in set 1. We'll take one more look at it. And a timeout will be taken by the Red Wolves, as obvious touch there. And Baylor first into the red zone, 20-19 here in set 1. It's worth noting this season that when these teams win the first set, Baylor 15-2, Arkansas State 16-2. When they take the lead, they most often win. Those are some big numbers. They don't let teams come back on each other very often. We take a look at Arkansas State's season recap. Obviously, we talked about Sun Belt champions of the tournament. JMU won the regular season crown, but Arkansas State knocked them off in the title game to reach the tournament. They had notable wins against then number 16 Missouri, beat Arkansas. Obviously, James Madison, great squad. They also beat another tournament team in Wofford as they clean swept them early on in this season. Another notable game, they played a very, very strong number 22 Georgia Tech at that time. Georgia Tech has a lot of experience with this quadrant of the bracket, honestly. They played Purdue earlier this season and beat them as well, and they also beat the Red Wolves earlier on this year. Just two common opponents between these two squads, South Alabama and UCF. In both of those games, Baylor won pretty handedly. They beat South Alabama in 4 sets and UCF in 3. And then for Arkansas State, they played South Alabama twice, and they split that series 1-1, and they lost to UCF in a sweep in 3 sets. It's the Arkansas State faithful here from Jonesboro, known to travel very, very well. It kind of feels like a home game for them. It's a pretty big fan section over in section 2 as Ulufatu will serve that one into the tape, and now both teams tied in the red zone at 20 apiece.
Yeah, I wonder if both coaches know each other's records. when they win the first set, because neither team give it an inch here as we race to 25.
G. Weiler will send it away from the service line. Rachmanchik, it'll go off the fingertips and out of play. It's another point for Baylor. 21-20 as Rachmanchik will head back to the service line.
Yeah, the execution for Baylor on the outside really, really improving. And you're starting to see the flaws on the front row for the Red Wolves. Only one block here in this first set as a team.
What a serve from Rachmanchik, the pure English on that one. A lot of topspin, and Maloney had no chance of keeping it in play. Service ace for Baylor. 22-20 here in the first set for the Bears. Rachmanchik will send it away. Maloney will grab that one. Outside strong swing into the middle of the floor. Once again, Addison Collum has been the top attacker for the Red Wolves today. That's kill number 5 on 12 total swings with just one error.
Yeah, Collum, only a sophomore from Buena Park, California. Only standing at 6 foot too, but she has come ready to play here in this first set.
That one tapped over and kept up by Arkansas. Back row swing on the slide, and it'll hit the floor. Baylor with another point, 2 away from taking set number 1.
Yeah, you could tell Arkansas State kind of hesitated, thought there was going to be a swing over to Rachmanchik, because she's been the hot hand recently, but instead just a slide from Davis to the outside. A lot of real estate for her.
Baylor siding out at 73% right now. Off the block, kept up. Another swing and a nice dig out from Ulafatu. That one into the back row. Out wide again, off the block and off the sideline. Another point for Arkansas State as Whitlock has been hounding that left sideline.
Whitlock's 3rd kill in 10 attacks.
Here's Collum. Short, pancake dig by Collum. Outside push to the back row. That one tapped over by the setter. And a great touch. What a swing from Whitlock. She's been all over the floor on these last couple of points.
Yeah, it started with the pancake dig, and then Caitlin Whitlock with just a clever tap over the net. Baylor wanting to talk things over as we are tied at 23 here in set 1.
Head coach Ryan McGuire wants to speak it over with his Bears as Arkansas State tied it up at 23 apiece here in the first set. This has been a great match of volleyball so far. Both teams coming out firing. Arkansas State hitting 385, Baylor hitting 357. Arkansas State 20 digs, Baylor with 19. It's just been a solid match so far. Good volleyball all over the place. Just a couple of errors from either side. 1 attack error for Arkansas State, just 2 for Baylor.
Yeah, these two teams have been playing as close as you possibly could. Nearly identical stat lines. And it's not quite the defensive battle we had in mind. Both teams hitting at a very, very efficient clip.
Yeah, you would have assumed that both teams would have 2 or 3 blocks in this first set, just 1 apiece for them. It's been mainly the digging that has helped a lot. Both of these teams averaged under 15 digs a set this season in their matches, and now both teams either at 20 or just 1 away. Ryan McGuire thinking it over.
How about
will his team to a win?
How about the offensive contributions by the middle blockers for the Bears? Both Essex and Davis combining for 5 kills on only 8 attacks.
So Collum will go back to the service line, 23 apiece between Baylor and Arkansas State here in the first round of the 2025 D1 Women's Volleyball Championship Tournament. We're live here from West Lafayette, Holloway Gymnasium, playing the game on the Terraflex of Beeland Court. We're happy to have you here on ESPN+. Collum from the service line. An awkward reception. Now Warren, strong swing, but kept up by Maloney. Now outside, Whitlock. And what a save from Madison. Arkansas State scrambling to get it. And it's a point for the Red Wolves.
Wow.
They rule it a touch.
Both teams celebrated on that one, as Baylor did not think there was a touch there, but we'll see on this replay. Yeah, Rachmanchek clipped it at the very, very end. Hard to tell if that one was going to stay in bounds or not.
Subs coming in now for Baylor as they try and save this first set from going the way of Arkansas State. 24-23, set point 1 for the Red Wolves. Collum will serve it away to Ulufatu. Poor reception, it goes out of play, and Arkansas State takes set 1 here in West Lafayette in this round 1 game.
Yeah, backs against the wall. Arkansas State closes the set on a 4-0 scoring run. A service ace by Addison Collum. Coach Ryan McGuire can't be happy about the way that set ended.
Addison Collum, 5 kills on a .333 hitting percentage. Arkansas State takes set 1 here in the first round of the Division I Women's Volleyball Championship here on ESPN+. Arkansas State took set 1 off of number 6 Baylor in this first round matchup as we take a look at the Arkansas State bench, and this is just the 6th time they've reached the NCAA tournament, their first time since 2015. They have never advanced to the second round in the NCAA tournament in program history, and right now they're in a pretty good spot. This season they've been 16-2 when they win the first set, and as for Baylor, this is the 10th straight appearance in a tournament for the Bears. They missed just 1 under head coach McGuire. That was his very first season at Baylor, but they have never lost a first round matchup under McGuire. They are 9-0 under his tenure. So it's going to be a war of wills at this point. Will it be Ryan McGuire keeping his perfect first round record, or will it be Brian Gerwig finally breaking the seal for the Red Wolves and pushing them into a second round matchup against either Purdue or Wright State? That'll be coming up later tonight. 30 minutes after this one is catch it here on ESPN Plus as well. But as of right now, there's at least some rumblings of an upset as Arkansas State leads set 1. And the first serve from Baylor will be to Kreck, and she will send it over the boundary line and out of play for a service error.
Yeah, the 5th service error of the night for the Bears. A lot of self-inflicted errors, allowing Arkansas State to just get free points.
Neither side has been particularly sloppy, generally speaking, but Baylor, with those 5 service errors, definitely something to keep an eye on in terms of giving away those free points. Babimbe slamming it off the block.
Yeah, Babimbe kind of held in check there in that first set. Only 2 kills on 6 attacks. Got to imagine Coach McGuire is going to get her more involved here in set 2.
Baylor sends it away from the service line. That one was a low set, and I think that Kale thought it was for her. I think it was supposed to go to the outside to Lewis, and it tooled off the outside of her hand and out of play. So a free point there for Baylor, essentially, as MJ McCurdy will send it away, and that's a poor reception and a service ace for McCurdy, the transfer from Texas State, getting it done.
Back-to-back unforced errors there by the Red Wolves. Not as sharp as they were coming into the first set.
And McCurdy will put that into the net. So the first 2 points for the Red Wolves have been off the service errors of the Bears. And into the game now to serve is G. Weiler, the libero/defensive specialist from McCordsville, Indiana. Arkansas State has plenty of Indiana representation on their roster. As Babimbe, a good dig out there from Madigan. And tooling it off the block and down. That's Whitlock again. She leads the team in kills with 6. She's been all over the floor.
Yeah, and still only that 1 block for Baylor. just defensively in that front row, not up to par, allowing these smaller Red Wolves to get a lot of kills at the front of the net.
That one nearly hit Essex in the head off the serve, but Rachmanchik sending it to the floor on the other side, and Baylor will grab the point.
Rachmanchik really the only Baylor offensive leader that had a phenomenal first set. Some of their other outside hitters not performing like we're used to seeing.
And that one will hit off the block and down on the Arkansas State side. Another block for Baylor. That's their second of the matchup, and they grab another point.
Now you see here on the replay, that's Rachmanchik doing it at both ends. Caught it right in the wrist, was able to fly over all the Red Wolves.
On the outside, off the fingertips and down. Another kill for Addison Collum. She now ties the team lead with 6 kills. She's hitting .286 in this one.
Yeah, and one of the differences with Arkansas State, they have a lot more depth, a lot of players within 2.4 to 2.6 kills per set.
That one will go out of play. I think it hit someone in the head on the block, and it tooled out, and no one was able to go recover it. So a point for Baylor, as Ulufatu will go to the line as we take one more look at it. I'm pretty sure I saw that correctly. I did. It hit Blund right in the side of the head and fell out of bounds. Another swing kept up by Ulufatu off the block. Swing on the outside on the slide kept up by the Red Wolves. That one dug out from the back line by McCurdy. Little touch over. Arkansas State well met. And a great dig from Ulufatu. Back row swing, looking for the back corner, didn't get it. Again, off the block, and it'll stay on Arkansas State's side. Whitlock dumping it to the middle of the floor. Great rally from both sides, but the Red Wolves come away with it. Whitlock with another kill.
Yeah, Whitlock's really been the star for the Red Wolves, and a bit of off-speed, switching things up after some powerful swings. Like you said, Max, phenomenal rally by both sides. Arkansas State just a little more focused there.
Well, Whitlock has been the best player for the Red Wolves. That's a great serve, but Baylor somehow keeps it up. And a short set, great dig from McCurdy in the back row. And another good dig, that time from G. Weiler. Tapped over by Whitlock. Ulufatu keeps it up, pancake, and it'll fall on the floor. Some incredible defensive action from both sides, but Arkansas State once again coming out on top.
Yeah, you see G. Weiler hitting the deck, keeping this play alive and off the fingertips of number 7, Victoria Davis, kind of threw off the timing of the Baylor libero. Tying this game up at 6.
And Ortiz will send that serve into the tape, and it'll be a point for Baylor. Another free giveaway for Arkansas State. That's their 4th service error. And that'll send Rachmanchik back to the service line. Had 323 kills in the regular season. That one for Whitlock. She'll just dump it over. Essentially a free ball. Rachmanchik. That one's eaten up by Ortiz in the back row. That one right at Rachmanchik, and it'll go down.
Yeah, Rachmanchik has had her struggles when she's been attacking out of the back row. Seen Arkansas State just a little more time to react, to position themselves, and then following that up with a mistake defensively.
So Caitlin Whitlock will go back to the service line. That was a heck of a set, and that will tool off the block. Unexpected touch, and Baylor will pick up the point. That was an unbelievable set from Kreck, going back against her body and giving a really nice pass over to McCurdy on the left side. Now Tori Davis. That one will go out of play. Another service error for Baylor, number 7 on the day. And the game is tied up once again at 8 apiece. Arkansas State under head coach Brian Gerwig, 26-12 in neutral site games. probably an effect of them traveling so well, as Essex will tool that one off the block and down, and Baylor retakes the lead.
Yeah, Baylor continuing to get good offense out of their middle blockers. That's Essex' 4th kill in only 6 attacks.
Hartley Kreck will send it away. The swing off the block and down on the other side. Strong swing from Peyton Van Veen. Tied up once again, 9 apiece. In this set, currently Baylor hitting 385, Arkansas State hitting 267. It's a nice serve, but well dealt with, tooling that one off the block. Outside, that one blocked straight down. Little touch over, kept up by Kreck. Now outside for Babimbe. That one will go off the block. Short set to Kale, kept up. Babimbe straight down, and it'll hit the floor. Another point for Baylor as Babimbe rose well high on that one and threw it right down on the 3-meter line.
Yeah, Babimbe very, very active on the outside. Just right to the left of the Arkansas State defenders.
That one hit off the tape. Baylor now with the front foot, and another swing from Babimbe. That's kill number 5 on her evening.
Yeah, starting to get going really in the second set. 3 of those 5 kills coming in the first 11 points of the second set.
Short set from Kale. Not much Baylor can do about that. That was a perfectly executed short set for the middle blocker, and she threw it down right in the open space.
Yeah, they've been trying that play for a few times. That time Rachmanchek a little slow to get up to the net. Kale with her 2nd kill of the night.
That's a short one for Rachmanchek, and that one tooled off the block in a reception error on the part of the Red Wolves, and Baylor will take a 2-point lead now here in set 2, trailing down 1 set to nothing. As Morgan Madison will head back to the service line. To the other side, Whitlock pushed it over, kept up by Madison. Babimbe just a touch out of play, a little bit wide on that right side.
Yeah, and I think Baylor's starting to realize they have quite a bit of an advantage on the outside. The last few points have come from their outside hitters. That time Babimbe tight-roping the line a little bit too much.
Jack will give it to Babimbe, who will just tap it over, pancake dig. Whitlock pushing it to the back corner, kept up by McCurdy. That one tapped over. Now outside, the swing, tooling off the fingertips and down, and an immediate challenge coming for Baylor. I believe they're going to challenge a net touch, if I believe that is correct, but we'll see. It was an immediate call from the coaching staff.
Yeah, hard to see from that angle. First challenge of the night from either side.
And so we are getting the first challenge of the evening here from Baylor. If it stands, it'll be tied up at 12 apiece, and it'll be the 7th time this set has been tied. If it is overturned, Baylor will retake a 2-point lead, 13-11. But as it goes right now, this has been a fast-paced game for both sides. And you got to give a lot of credit to both liberos so far. They have had fantastic games. Mia Maloney's at double-digit kills with 10. And on the other side, Morgan Madison has 8. She's definitely going to set the freshman digs per set record. It was at 2.21 for Baylor in program history. This season, she is just under 3.6. So I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Even if Baylor goes on a national championship run and she averages 0 a set, I think it's pretty well locked away for her.
Yeah, truly just incredible season. And Maloney on the other end, as we take a look at this pancake dig, looks like she got her whole hand underneath that one.
Looks like we're going to get a call here. And the call is reversed. It'll be a Baylor point. The challenge is successful, so they will retain it. And that will flip the score back to 13 for Baylor and 11 for Arkansas State. So a successful challenge for the Bears as they take a 2-point lead here in set 2. As Ulafatu will go back to serve. Short one, Ulafatu kept it up. And that one just a bit too far for Rachmanchik on that left side going to the back corner.
Rachmanchik seeing a lot of volume today, as expected. 22 total attacks, just her 3rd error of the night. Still hitting it at a very efficient .364 hit percentage.
She's the only player in this match so far with double-digit kills. She's got 11. That one tools off the block, but dug out. Now Whitlock on the outside. That one's blocked. Tapped over. Ulafatu. Rachmanchik, a strong swing, and there was no way G. Weiler was going to come out with that one. Another kill for Rachmanchik as they had 1 point away to 15.
Again, very crowded there at that front right side of the net. Baylor's been doing a lot of damage from the left side. Rachmanchik just going cross court, and there's a lot of space to work.
Whitlock able to find the space that Morgan Madison was not able to cover. As she plucked it off the ground, but well away from any teammate. Another point for Arkansas State as Caitlin Whitlock is the first of the Red Wolves to reach double-digit kills with 10. She led the team in kills this season for the 3rd straight year. Unbelievable achievement for the junior. That one tapped over, and it'll hit the floor, and Baylor will grab point number 15, and that will head to our media timeout. Baylor up 2 here in set 2, but still trailing the match 1-0. Arkansas State looking to keep the upset watch on high alert. Welcome back to West Lafayette. Baylor with a 15-13 lead here in set 2. Take a look at the Big 12 in the NCAA tournament. Look how many teams have made it. Unbelievable. 10 teams from the Big 12 making it to the big dance so far. The Big 12, one of the best volleyball conferences in the country, and so many strong teams coming out of there. You have to expect a lot of success from that conference in this year's tournament. As Baylor will send it away again. That swing cross court, and a really nice swing on the outside from Devin Lewis. Haven't called her name in a while, but she finally picks up another kill. That's number 4 on just her 9th swing.
Yeah, Lewis not quite getting the volume that we're used to seeing, but when she's had her opportunities on the outside, she has delivered.
Maloney sends it away, and that will go out of play. It'll be another point for Baylor as Arkansas State gives away the 5th service error of their evening. McHale, that one was blocked. Outside Lewis, that one dunked straight down. Essex, the grad student from Hoover, Alabama, sending that one straight back.
Yeah, Essex has really been a strong player here in this game. And the timing there on that defensive possession between the Binbay and Essex, really dominant on the block.
And Arkansas State will call their first timeout of the set. Down by 3, sensing a little bit of a momentum shift to Baylor. It's been a pretty even set so far, but Baylor has come out the aggressor out of the media timeout. Baylor hitting 375 in this set compared to Arkansas State's 222. It's been a great match so far. Rachmanchik, 13 kills on .417 hitting percentage. And then on the other side of things, Whitlock with 10 kills on .417 hitting percentage. So both sides have their top attackers in top form right now.
Yeah, the adjustments made by Coach McGuire, very, very clear. Take a look at the through set one stats. Both teams hitting very, very efficiently. But Baylor clearly attacking on the outside much more compared to set one. And that's where we're seeing the jump in efficiency. A lot more size consistently. See Manu Babinbe having a much better second set compared to the first max.
Absolutely, and for both sides, it has been an evenly matched contest so far. And you start to have the feeling that this one could go the distance. But you never really know until we get to that point. As Harley Kreck, the sophomore from Emory, Texas, will head back to the service line and get us started once again. That one swung down onto the floor by Van Veen. And whatever was said in the timeout must have worked. Arkansas State's first swing ends up with them with a point.
You see just a cross court, little set going from one end of the court to the other, and Baylor just a little late in that rotation. All up to Morgan Madison. She was unable to make the play.
That one hit off the fingertips of the block of Arkansas State, and it'll be a point for Baylor.
We've seen that quite a bit here in this second set. Baylor getting points just off of deflections from the front row of Arkansas State. The outside really commanding a lot of respect right now.
Cross-court swing is dug out by Kreck. Now the other side and swung straight down. It's been very, very strong distribution from Aaron Madigan.
You see a great play there by Lewis. She just goes, fires that one down into the back corner. Caught Baylor out of position.
G. Weiler. That one swung on and hitting on that back end line. A nice swing there for Baylor. Back to a 3-point lead here in set two.
Yeah, a lot of quick points coming for the Bears right now. Arkansas State not as focused defensively. We're not seeing those big, long rallies.
That swing was dug out. Short and blocked by Kale. Babembe forced to push it over. And there was a double touch there from Whitlock, a bit of an awkward pushover attempt, and Baylor will pick up a point and be first in the red zone, 20-16 with a 4-point lead.
Taking a look, a bit of a fire drill here for the Red Wolves, and yeah, double touch. Credit to Arkansas State for just continuing to hang around in this game as they cut it to 3 here.
And another swing on the outside. It's Whitlock again, and Arkansas State will grab another point.
Whitlock up to 11 kills now.
Adriana Kale will send it away. That one right into the block for Rachmanchik, right back into her lap, but she kept it up. Babimbe was able to swing and keep it in, and Arkansas State not able to scramble from the errant dig. It'll be a point for the Bears, 21-17.
Babimbe up to 6 kills here in the second set. Arkansas State just looking a step slow. These outside hitters for Baylor really putting some spin on the ball here this set.
Cross-court swing. It's an overpass. Short set. Ulufatu kept it up. And now a free ball. Swing kept up there by McCurdy. Outside, touched over. Now for Whitlock. Short swing there for Whitlock, but able to find it down on the floor just outside that 3-meter line.
See, finding Whitlock once again, the hot hand all night. and they're just targeting Morgan Madison when she's had large spaces of the terraplex all on her own.
Outside, tooling off the block is Rachmanchik. Kill number 14 on her afternoon.
See here, doing what Baylor does best. Rachmanchik knew she was getting that ball from the very beginning, able to just wind up and hit that one as hard as she could. Now here she is to serve. Anastasia
Nikolnikova, the Kiev, Ukraine native, comes into the game for the first time. So that reception ends up on the side of Arkansas State, tapped over by Whitlock. Now Ulufatu for the middle of the floor, and that's an attack error for Tori Davis in the middle. She tried to rip that one to the back left corner and turned her hand over just a touch too much.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward delivery there. That one hooking quite a bit out of play. She knows that was a missed opportunity there.
Now Whitlock will hit that serve into the net, and they give it away to Baylor once again. Baylor just 2 points away from a set 2 victory.
Yeah, and poor timing for a service error. Like you mentioned, Max, Baylor only 2 points away. You got to make them earn it the rest of the way if you're Arkansas State.
Taylor Crane will come into the game, the 5'6" sophomore from Pearland, Texas, to serve. But before she does, Arkansas State takes their second timeout of set 2. They want to talk it over, not wanting to give up on this one just yet, down 4, but 2 points away from a set loss. Well, this set was very back and forth until Baylor ended up pulling away. There were 6 ties and just 1 lead change in this set. Those were all very early. And Baylor now running away with it in set 2. So for Baylor, looking to take this set 2 victory, even it up at 1 apiece. For Arkansas State, it's not the end of the world if you give away 1 set, but give an inch, give a mile in terms of what the Red Wolves don't want to do.
Certainly, especially when it comes to tournament time, the stakes are raised tenfold. You know that Arkansas State coach Brian Gerwig, he's telling his team to not to lift their foot off the gas pedal, give Baylor any more confidence than they already need.
So Crane will go to the service line for Baylor. Arkansas State trying to stay in this one. We're here in West Lafayette, Indiana. It's the NCAA tournament for women's volleyball here. The host, Purdue, will play Wright State just after the conclusion of this match here in Holloway Gymnasium. You can find that on ESPN Plus as well. Ortiz will send that one wide, and it's blocked down. Essex coming in clutch with a huge block, and Baylor now has set point 1.
Yeah, Baylor's size really being the difference in this second set. 3 blocks as a team in this set.
Given wide, and a good dig there. Went way up in the air. Now pushed over. Trying to push it to the middle of the floor. Baylor able to get it over. Free ball now. Swing to the back row. What a dig from Rachmanchik. And it'll hit the floor, but they count it as a net touch. That net touch will go against Baylor. And just when they thought that it was over, they give the point away. It was a clever touch, but you can see her fingertip hitting the tape at the very last moment there on the backhand swing.
Yeah, that was number 16, Grace Carroll. Bit of a missed opportunity there to put the Red Wolves away.
And there she is. She makes up for the mistake with a big swing to the middle of the floor, and Baylor takes the second set 25-20. A really nice job from the Bears coming back in a big way after Arkansas State took the first. We're tied up at 1 apiece here in West Lafayette. First round action of the NCAA tournament. We've got a good one cooking here in Holloway Gymnasium live on ESPN+. Welcome back to West Lafayette, Indiana. 1-1 is the set score so far. Baylor took set 2 in a pretty handed fashion. As we take a look at the match summary so far, as you can see there, Arkansas State taking the first set 25-23. Baylor coming back, winning by 5. Whitlock and Rachmanchik have been the key performers so far for this game, but Carly Kreck has done a fantastic job in distributing for the Bears. 24 assists in this one to go along with a .333 hitting percentage as well.
Yeah, been really terrific for both sides, just getting the ball to their stars at all times. Baylor doing a good job of making adjustments to really take control of that second set. Take a look at some of the highlights. See Whitlock there, or excuse me, that's Devin Lewis. On the other side of things, Rachmanchik. Blocked by Peyton Van Veen. Really just a lot of quick points from both sides. A lot of big swings from the outside. And Baylor taking control at the front of the net. Only one block aside for either team there in that first set. Baylor coming back with 3 big-time blocks there in the second set.
And we will take a look at the graphic for the tournament so far here in the bottom left quadrant. It's the Pitt quadrant. Let's take a look at the top side of that one. The winner of this takes on Wright State versus Purdue. That'll be tonight at 7 Eastern here on ESPN+. And in the top side of it, SMU will take on Central Arkansas tomorrow, and Florida Rice. That's going to be a great matchup here on ESPN Plus at 5 Eastern as well.
And if Baylor continues to roll, some revenge potentially in the makings. Baylor played both Florida and SMU earlier this year in non-conference and lost both. So potentially a rematch in store if they continue to roll through the tournament.
This region, certainly not an easy one for anybody. Anyone could really come out of this one. And this is a great, great start to the region as well. This match has been fantastic, all it's been cracked up to be. This is the only match in progress in the Pitt quadrant of things. Otherwise, in the other quadrants, all action has started. But coming up next, Purdue, Wright State, number 3 Boilermakers, hosting yet again here in Holloway Gymnasium. You see the oddball cutout of head coach Dave Shondell's head as the student section gets ready for that one. That'll be first serve at about 7 o'clock Eastern, about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one here. But in terms of other action, UCLA and Georgia Tech are taking place in the Kentucky quadrant. Georgia Tech has taken a 1-0 set lead on the Bruins. So a Big Ten team already on the ropes as Arkansas State comes out heavy with a block.
Yeah, right after we talked about the lack of blocks from the Red Wolves all night, really. Getting it from their star, Adriana Kale.
That one tools off the tape, and Baylor somehow able to keep it up and off the block and down. Wow, what a point from the Bears, able to keep it up off of a tough serve. And then Babembe able to keep it in and put it down on the floor. That's a poor reception there, and Collum didn't know how close she was to the stands. And Baylor gets away with a free point, a service ace there for MJ McCurdy. The swing cross court dug out by McCurdy again. From the back row through the seam, dug out by Madison. tooling off the block. Short one to Kale, dug out again, McCurdy. Babimbe just taps that one over. Outside, Lewis looking for the seam, and she finds it in the back corner.
What a rally by both sides. 2 digs on that one rally by MJ McCurdy. She's up to 9 on the night.
G. Weiler now back to serve. And that was a poor serve. Had no chance of getting over into the middle of the net. And another point for Baylor, as now both teams at 7 service errors apiece. Morgan Madison, the freshman libero, will send it away. Outside, Whitlock, strong swing. She's a bit undersized for an outside hitter, standing just 5'8", but man, can she do a lot of damage.
And can she ever jump? She does not play like she's undersized whatsoever. And for the 3rd straight set, both teams matching up pretty evenly in the first few points.
That swing will hit down, another kill for Rachmanchik. And Baylor takes the lead once again, 4-3.
Yeah, and Rachmanchik, the first player to hit the 15 kill mark. She's doing it with a 400 hit percentage. She's got 6 more kills than the next highest on Baylor.
That swing tools off the block and down. Another kill for Addison Collum, the sophomore right side from California. She was an all Sun Belt 3rd team honoree this season. She doubled her kill total from last year. She had a career high of 16 kills against Texas State. She had 14 in that championship game against James Madison, as that serve goes out of play. And the service woes continue for Arkansas State, as Baylor has actually worked it out of their game more or less and flipped it over to the Red Wolves.
Yeah, I believe the last 5 service aces coming at the hands of the Red Wolves.
Really nice serve, but a better dig from G. Weiler, and a great dig there from Madison. Back row touched over. Ortiz outside for Whitlock. Another dig for Madison, but it goes just too far. No one could go handle it for the Bears. And this set is tied up at 5 apiece.
Yeah, and these outside hitters for the Red Wolves really seem to be targeting Morgan Madison on some of these cross-court swings, really leaving her on an island, and she hasn't been able to make the plays, even though we've seen her give maximum effort.
Madison with 11 digs, as that swing will find the floor after a misfire from Arkansas State, and Baylor will come away with another point and retake the lead. Now Tori Davis will hit that one into the net. And just as I say that they work the service errors out, Baylor gives one free away, and they tie it up once again at 6 apiece. Now Maloney going quickly on the serve. Setting up through the seam of the block. Nice swing there from MJ McCurdy, the sophomore from Frisco, Texas.
Haven't called her name too much, but like you said, just in the middle, squeezing it perfectly through the middle of the block.
And McCurdy transferred in from Texas State, but both her parents and one of her brothers went to Baylor, so plenty of family connection to the school in Waco. Lewis just kind of tried to dump that one down, and a miscommunication between Essex and Madison forced that one to the floor, and Baylor gives away a free one.
And Baylor did a much better job in terms of rotation, communication in that second set, leading to their win. A couple early mistakes here in set 3.
A short one and pushed down by Essex. Essex made the best of what was a subpar pass on the short. But Baylor still coming away with a point and retaking the lead yet again. I feel like I've said that about a million times now. We've been teetering on a tie versus a 1-point Baylor lead the entire set. That one's tooled off the block and will go down. Once again, we are tied up. This is the 8th tie of the set, and yet we've only had one lead change.
Very impressive, like we said earlier. Neither team willing to give an inch. That time, it was just Badimbe up there on the block. Deflects off her fingers. Not happy with herself there.
That one rolls off the tape, and a big swing. And it hits someone's water bottle on the media table as water goes flying everywhere over there. And Baylor retakes the lead 9-8.
Yeah, one of those short sets for Baylor is just getting the ball to Rachmanchek before Arkansas State could even position themselves.
Morgan Madison serves it away. Outside to Whitlock, who pushed it down, but a really nice dig. Babimbe off the block and down. Baylor finally getting past that 1-point lead. Now they've got a 2-point lead off the swing from Babimbe.
Yeah, and a great dig there by Harley Crack, just sticking out a right forearm to keep that play alive.
Short one for Kale, and that will find the floor in the back left corner. We're starting to get Adriana Kale a little more involved in the offense. That's her 3rd kill on just her 9th swing. She's only got 1 block, which is definitely strange for her. She averages over a block and a half a set. That one tooled off the block, and unable to keep it up was G. Weiler. And how many times are we going to call the name of Rachmanchek today? That's kill number 17, and she is hitting very, very efficiently as well. 424 on the evening.
To go along with 5 digs and 2 blocks as well. She's really had her fingerprints all over this game.
That one down the right sideline, dug out by Madison. Back row attack off the tape. To the right side, pushed over to the back row. Rachmanchek, it went into the block and down on the Baylor side. Finally, Arkansas State shuts down Rachmanchek on the outside with a block.
Great defensive effort there. That was number 15, Addison Collum, the sophomore. And going off the head of Tori Davis on the way down. Definitely frustrating for Rachmanchek.
And a pancake dig there from G. Weiler. Dumped over, a really nice dig there from Rachmanchek. Now a back row pushover, free ball now. Ortiz tooling off the block. Madison will dive down and grab it. That one blocked back down. Tori Davis trying to get cute, pushing it over, but the Arkansas State block came in clutch and pushed it back down. And we're tied once again at 11 apiece.
They were ready for that one. Both Whitlock and Gluns in perfect positioning to shut down Davis.
Ortiz serving to Ulufatu. And off the block again, Rachmanchek. It'll head down, but now a challenge coming for Arkansas State. I believe they're challenging if there was a touch on the, after the block happened, off of Rachmanchek. So we'll see what comes of this one. This will be a very big overturn if they're right. The players were very adamant that it was touched by Rachmanchek. It may have hit her in the head on the backside.
Hard to see from that angle. Yeah, you're looking in these kind of spots, you're looking at the rotation of the ball. Hard to see it in slow motion, but you do kind of see Rachmanchek wince a little bit. Be able to see it here.
It does look like it takes a pretty big turn. I think that does hit her. It takes a pretty wide turn.
Right. Yeah, and you can see her wince too. Looks kind of like it caught her kind of right in the eyebrow area. We'll see what the decision is.
Well, that would be an unfortunate break for Rachmanchek. Here was the call. and the call will stand. I can't say I'm particularly surprised that it stands. Hard to say that there's conclusive evidence of it. It sure looked like it, but I would not call it anything conclusive for sure. As one more angle of it. It's close. I can understand it going both ways as Rockmanchik immediately gives the point back. It's a very kind charity for Rockmanchik giving the point back. And it's tied up at 12 apiece.
Breaks go both ways in volleyball.
Now Whitlock back to serve. Whitlock's got 14 kills, hitting .438. That swing dug out by Whitlock. Lewis, strong one, dug out by Madison. That one dumped over. Now for Whitlock, off the back row, kept up and put back over. Miscommunication, and Arkansas State can't put it over. Baylor gets lucky. A miscommunication from the Red Wolves gives them a free point when they were scrambling way out of rotation.
Wow, what a play there by Morgan Madison. Only a freshman, but she saved that one, got it over the net to where Arkansas State had to defend when they were completely out of position.
Morgan Madison, all Big 12 second team and rookie team as well, as that one's dumped over. But it will be a Baylor point as it was a carry call on Arkansas State.
And a good call. That was number 13, Haley Gluns. Still trying to find her rhythm in this game. 2 kills on 11 attacks.
That swing goes off the block. Arkansas State, that swing a little flubbed. To the back corner. Rockmanchik once again. Kill number 19 for the Belarusian freshman. And we will head to media timeout. 15-12 for Baylor here in set 3. Rockmanchik and Baylor on a 3-0 scoring run as we head into it. Set 3 here on ESPN+. Don't go anywhere. We've got a good one. Welcome back. Baylor with a 15-12 lead here in West Lafayette, Indiana, here in set number 3. As the Bears looking to take over after Arkansas State won the first set in a close one, 25-23. Baylor was able to pull away in set 2, 25-20, and now up by 3 here in the third of a possible 5. So we're getting set for play here as Tori Davis will send it away.
Arkansas State with their least efficient set thus far. They're hitting .261. Only 7 of their 12 points have come off of kills.
That swing will go out of play. The players were adamant that it was touched. And Coach Gerwig looking to challenge, but he will elect not to instead, and it will stay Baylor point. Davis serving it away once again. Outside Lewis, that one hit off the block and down on the Baylor side. And Arkansas State picks up another point. Lewis, kill number 9.
Haven't called Lewis's name in quite a long time. But Arkansas State trying to switch it up between placing Lewis on the outside and Whitlock in the back row and try and spread out this Baylor defense.
And that won't help the comeback as Maloney sends that one into the net for another service error. Right now, just 3 players in double-digit kills. Rockmanchik with 19, Babinbe with 10, and Whitlock has 14 for the Red Wolves. Lewis, strong swing. Madison was able to keep it off the floor, but to no avail. And Arkansas State pulls back another point.
See Lewis just going cross-court. Morgan Madison just a step too late. There was someone in front of her that dove out of the way. Again, Madison, only a freshman, being tasked with a lot here in her first ever NCAA tournament game.
And it will be a violation on Baylor, so point for Arkansas State. And a rare error for Baylor outside of the service line errors they've had today. That one's short to Essex, who will throw it down, and Baylor grabs back another point. 3-point lead for the Bears here in set 3, 18-15. Here in the first round of the NCAA tournament. That one out wide to Lewis, and that one careens off the block and into the stands. And the Red Wolves pull back within 2.
Once again, the Red Wolves bending but not breaking, keeping themselves well within striking distance as we approach 25 points.
Well, right now, Baylor is siding out at 77%, and Arkansas State just at 71. That one across and a weak swing on the outside. That one tools off the block but kept up. Now down and a huge dig, and that one somehow stays alive on the overpass. That one swung down by Essex. Baylor not giving Arkansas State any chance to get back in that point.
And Essex just continuing to provide offense at the right time. Just that quick set. She's got 8 kills on 10 total attacks, by far the most efficient hitter of either side.
Clever touch on the outside from Addison Collum, finding that front right corner where no one was around. Now Kale from the service line. She's had a bit of a quiet day. 3 kills on 222 hitting percentage, just 1 block. That one right up the line, and another kill for Rockmonchik. She's up to 20 on this match.
And she's officially doubled the second highest kill count for Baylor. The Binbay's got 10, Rockmonchik's got 20. Just absolute domination from the Belarusian freshman.
That one's short, right to Gluns, who sends it down. And back and forth we go like a seesaw in set 3, 20-18, as Arkansas State keeping the deficit to just 2. That was a nice serve and got them out of rotation. Whitlock forces it down, kept up. Now outside, Rockmonchik into the back row, and the dig was not able to be kept in by Maloney. Another kill for Rockmonchik. I mean, what even is the recipe to stop her?
Don't know. Maloney has been very, very solid all day. 14 digs, team leader, but sometimes just too much force coming from the hands of Rockmonchik.
Arkansas State calls timeout. Head coach Brian Gerwig wanting to talk it over, sensing the third set slipping away as Baylor is in the red zone, 21-18 with the 3-point lead here in set 3. This will be a big, big set victory for either side. Obviously going up 2-1 would be huge in any situation.
Certainly, and it's especially nerve-wracking if you're an Arkansas State fan, seeing Baylor go up potentially 2-1, but winning the last 2 sets. They've really seemed to figure out Arkansas State after struggling in that first set.
First round of NCAA tournament action here on ESPN+. Bringing it to you live from West Lafayette, Indiana. It's a cold day outside, 21 degrees. The real feel is 12. It is sunny though, so that does help. The weather in Jonesboro, 33 degrees, cloudy, and a chance of snow showers. Probably not all too common down in Arkansas. And then in Waco, 48 degrees and cloudy, but don't worry, Baylor fans, it'll warm up to about 60, 65 in a couple of days this weekend. Back to the normal Texas weather. We're here live on Beeland Court in Holloway Gymnasium. Capacity 2,400, and it's a pretty good crowd for the first round matchup for 2 schools that are really nowhere near West Lafayette, Indiana. Jonesboro faithful Arkansas State Red Wolf fans traveled very, very well for this one. Their first NCAA tournament since 2015. It's a big moment. And there seems to just be a really good feeling that this could be the year they finally pull their first NCAA tournament victory. Now Whitlock just punching that over. Madison outside. That one touched down, and it'll go out of play. McCurdy tried to tool that off the block.
Arkansas State within 2 now as Whitlock takes the serve. Every time Baylor's gotten the momentum, Arkansas State providing a little bit of resistance, not going down without a fight.
Outside to McCurdy, it's blocked down. Combining for that one, Aaron Madigan and Haley Gluns.
Yeah, that block was perfect in terms of timing, as Baylor's going to call timeout. Arkansas State defending these outside hitters of the Bears much, much better here towards the end of this 3rd set.
Ryan McGuire calling timeout for Baylor, wanting to talk it over. The lead was never huge for the Bears, only 3 heading out of that last timeout, and any swing of momentum can flip this on its head as we take a look at Arkansas State. It's been a different defensive effort so far from them. Typically, it's the blocking that's been doing all of the work, but today it is the digs from the back row. They have been fantastic in that regard.
Certainly, and that front row finding a bit of a rhythm here in set number 3. 4 of their 5 blocks coming in this current set. Baylor still looking for their first block of set number 3. So defensively finding some answers if you're the Red Wolves.
And so importantly for the Red Wolves, Kaylin Whitlock is now in a double-double, 14 kills and 10 digs in this one. She's currently the only player on the floor with a double-double. You would expect that Rachmanchik at least has a chance. I mean, she's already got 21 kills, but 6 digs and 2 blocks for her to go along with it as well. She has been fantastic defensively. She's been the best player on the floor for both sides today.
Certainly, and coming into this game, we expected that. First team Big 12. The moment has not seemed too bright for her. But credit to the Baylor defense. 3 players with double-digit digs, with Madison, Ulufatu, and MJ McCurdy.
And MJ McCurdy's had a quietly a very, very strong day. She hasn't particularly been efficient with the kills. She's hitting 0% right now with just 2 kills, but she's had 12 digs and 3 service aces to go along with 2 assists. She's been fantastic for the Bears. As they will send it away now, and that is not what Arkansas State needed in that moment. A service error from Caitlin Whitlock, who has been shorthanded all day long.
Yeah, even though they didn't call a timeout, any sort of a error out of a stoppage is not what you want to see if you're a coach. We'll see what Tori Davis can do with this serve. We've seen a couple of errors from her already today.
Tori Davis's mother, Annette, was a former USA beach volleyball Olympian. Volleyball runs in her blood, but that serve goes well out, and Baylor gives it right back, and that will send Mia Maloney to the line, the junior from Louisville.
And back-to-back errors from both sides.
And that one goes out of play too. Too much adrenaline for both sides so far. The last 3 points have all come via the service error.
And in comes Manu Babinbe. So the tallest lineup Baylor could set out is out there right now for the Bears.
Whitlock will receive the serve. That swing down the sideline. A nice swing from Devin Lewis. That's kill number 12, make it an even dozen for her in this matchup. She's really coming her own in set 3.
Yeah, just painting the corners there. Always a little risky to go down the sideline like that this late in the set.
That one was short, and it will fall out of play. Too strong from Gabby Essex right down the middle, and all of a sudden, it's tied at 23 apiece. But Not so fast, Baylor says. They are going to challenge if there was a touch at the net. It was a pretty quick trigger for Ryan McGuire there.
And not many bigger spots than this. Going from 23 to 23, or if this call is overturned, Baylor being set up with a set point, as we'll take a look at the replay.
I don't see the ball change in terms of spin.
No, nor do you see a finger pushed back, which is what you normally see in these close plays.
It could be, it's a close call. It looks like it goes right through the fingertips of Kale. One more look. I think it would be her right index finger, probably. One more look from the net cam. That's close.
Wow,
we're going to get the call right now. And the call is confirmed. Solid enough evidence to confirm the call, so Baylor loses the challenge. And set 3 is tied at 23 apiece.
Chance of ASU breaking out here at Holloway Gymnasium.
The 11th tie of this set. That one goes outside. What a dig. Perhaps a little lucky for Madigan. Cross court. What a dig from Madison. Babimbe tools it off the block. Outside. Lewis down onto the Baylor side. Just shot out of a cannon on that swing right into the arms of Essex and went straight down. Set point 1 for Arkansas State, and Baylor will call timeout.
Essex just a step too late, but man, Arkansas State coming up from the depths once again. Familiar sight, a 3-0 scoring run to retake the lead. You see here on the replay, first the good block, and then being able to set up McCollum. Just a perfect windup, and Essex just a bit out of position. Ball just goes right down on the Bears side of things.
Well, in a set that Arkansas State has felt like they were out of the entire time, all of a sudden they have the best chance of winning it here. Arkansas State, the last time they led in this set was when they scored the very first point off of the block from Deidreana Kale. Then it was all Baylor, who pulled away to a 4-point lead at 17-13. And now Arkansas State on a 3-0 scoring run, set point 1 in set 3. There's been 11 ties in this set with just 2 lead changes.
Very, very impressive. And throughout this set, Max, it hasn't looked pretty at all for Arkansas State, but they've just done a good job of keeping themselves in this game, keeping themselves within striking distance, and now we're finally seeing them go on the run that we know that they are capable of.
Well, just looking at the stat sheet for both teams, it's eye-popping. Arkansas State hitting 314, Baylor hitting 299.
Difference in this set, 7 errors for Baylor, only 2 for Arkansas State. Those self-inflicted wounds for the Bears coming back to bite them now, late in the set.
Here we go, Aaron Madigan from the service line. Short one, that's blocked by Kale. Just a touch out of bounds. A solo block would have shot this place through the roof for Kale, but it falls just a little bit out of the sideline. We'll get one more look at it. Just a bit wide of that white line, and it's all of a sudden tied at 24 apiece. Win by 2 is the name of the game. Lewis into the block and down. Set point 2 now for Arkansas State, another chance.
Yeah, the second straight point for Arkansas State, where they've gone to the outside and they've been able to just work it through the block. Essex mishandling that one a little bit out of position, goes off the side of her hand. Arkansas State can put this one away.
Libby G. Weiler outside, That one dug out by Madigan. Lewis into the block. Can they keep it up? No, they cannot. Baylor, a huge block to shut down that right side attack from Addison Collum. 25-25.
Essex and Rockmanchik just combining for that big-time block.
Maloney receives. Outside, Collum, cross court, what a dig by Crack. That one tooled off the block. Kale will keep it up. Outside, pushed over to the back corner. Short set, and it goes off the hands of Kale and down. Huge swing from Tori Davis, and now Baylor has their first set point of the set.
Yeah, just a tough break for number 11, Mia Maloney. That one goes off the fingers of Kales and just dropping where she couldn't make a play.
Morgan Madison sends it away. Whitlock will receive. Back to Whitlock. Dug out. Can they keep it up? No, they cannot. Arkansas State takes the point and ties it up at 26 once again.
And once again, Arkansas State going back to the outside. First it was Colum, then Lewis, now Whitlock.
14 ties in this set. This one the latest at 26 apiece. Pushed over the swing, way too wild on that one from Rockmanchik. Didn't follow through purely and just floated on her out to the back corner. Another set point for Arkansas State, their third. Adriana Kale. All Sun Belt first team honoree for the second straight season. Back to, oh man, what a swing from Bibembe. Tying it up again.
That one just right through the block at full speed, coming down onto the Arkansas State side of things, and that was too much for even Kale to handle.
15 ties now in this set. 4 lead changes. Whitlock receives again. Outside for her, off the block and down out of bounds. Point Arkansas State, set point 4. Back to serve is Addison Collum. She'll dump it to the libero Madison. On the slide, dumping it in the middle. Clever swing there from Davis, dumping it into no man's land right on the 3-meter line.
Tied up once again. Both sides on their feet.
16 set ties in set 3. Rockmanchik sends it away. Whitlock pushing it to the middle. Madison will receive. Dumped over! Harley Crack. A clever kill from the setter, and now it's set point Baylor, 29-28.
Yeah, just Crack's second kill of the night, but could not have come at a bigger time. Arkansas State a little bit out of sorts. They just left the middle wide open.
Rockmanchik received by Whitlock. Back to her, block down! Solo block, Tori Davis wins it for Baylor, 30-28 in set 3.
Wow. An absolute nail-biter goes in the favor of Baylor. They have a chance to win this match coming up in set 4. You're watching ESPN Plus. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to West Lafayette, Indiana. Baylor took an absolute barn burner of a set 3, 30-28. Unbelievable set from both sides. Just incredible volleyball.
Hope you guys have had a minute to catch your breath, because both sides threw pretty much everything they had at each other. That picture sums it up, that Arkansas State fan with their hands clasped, as you see through 3 sets. Baylor with 6 more kills and hitting the ball a little bit more efficiently. They also have the advantage on digs and blocks, but it has felt like a very, very evenly matched game throughout all 3 sets, really highlighted by that set that went all the way up to 30 points.
Baylor won that set on the back of a 3-0 scoring run to push Arkansas State to the edge. The Red Wolves took set one in a good one, 25-23. Baylor came back and took the second set, 25-20. And then truly one of the best sets of volleyball I've seen all season, 30-28 for Baylor in set three. Here we go, set four. And they'll start it out by going to Madison on the dig. Big swing to the back corner. Rachmanchik once again, kill 22.
Yeah, and I wonder what Arkansas State was talking about in the huddle. You see there, just off the hands of number 3, Libby G. Weiler. But very deflating to lose a set 30-28. They got to come out and respond with some focus here early in this fourth set.
Baylor blocks that one down onto the Arkansas State side. And Baylor carrying over from last set on a 5-0 run. Back to cross court, and no one's going to be able to reach that one. That was Addison Collum picking up another kill. She's into double digits now. That's her 10th. She's the third Red Wolf in double digits in the kill column, hitting 212.
And a rare mishandle by MJ McCurdy on that one.
Babembe will send that one down. Kale in the back row couldn't pick it clean, and another point for Baylor.
Babembe says, anything you can do, I can do better, with just as powerful of a strike from the outside, shooting out a play.
Babembe's got 12 kills now, and even doesn't. Whitlock cross court. And Morgan Madison probably kicking herself for letting that one go into her hands. It probably was going to fly over the touchline and out.
Yeah, just last second, their natural instinct is to try and make a play, especially for these younger players.
An ultra-talented freshman. The libero is Babembe once again tooling it off the block. 13 kills on her evening so far. Her career high is 21. That was earlier this season against Kansas State.
Just dominance from the outside hitters early on in this set. Just being set up by some beautiful sets, leading to some very well executed strikes from the outside that neither defense can really handle.
Through the middle, back row. Great touch there from McCurdy. Off the back row, jump and dump. 5-2 Baylor, 3-point lead early in set four.
Yeah, and after Baylor opens up with the power on pretty much every point, countering with an off-speed tip there where Arkansas State wasn't covering.
Good serve from Ulafatu, pushed over by Ortiz, but somehow kept up by Ulafatu. Well met to the clever touch. And it's a net violation. That will go against Crack of Baylor, so it'll be a point for Arkansas State. We'll see it right here. Yep, forearm hits the tape pretty clearly. No arguments from the Baylor bench. And Whitlock now back to serve. 18 kills, hitting 372. One of her most efficient days of the season. Off the block, and it somehow falls on the Baylor side. And it will be a point for Arkansas State as somebody crossed over the line and into Arkansas State's side, and they're going to challenge. At least Ryan McGuire is going to try to. And he's arguing that he wants to challenge, and I don't think they're going to allow it. Well, I believe what happened was that somebody stepped over the line that was not a momentum carryover, so they gave the point to Arkansas State. And the official saying that you cannot challenge that to head coach McGuire. Crack coming over to give her coach an explanation, and the green card goes back in the slot. So drama averted, and Arkansas State comes away with another point. Whitlock will send it away once again to get us restarted here. McCurdy from the back row, and it will hit down right near the PA announcer's microphone. You could hear that reverberate all throughout the arena. 6-4 now for Baylor.
We talked about it earlier, but MJ McCurdy having a very well-rounded game. 4 kills, 2 assists, 3 service aces to go along with 13 digs.
Yeah, not particularly efficient in the hitting department, but she's been great as that reception is an overpass for Whitlock. That one tools off the block and down. Baylor another point, back up to a 3-point lead.
Once again, the power of the outside, just too much. McCurdy.
Monchik serves it away. Outside, it was a little bit past. Now tapping it over to the middle of the floor, miscommunication from the Red Wolves. And Baylor picks up another point. They're up 4. And they want to call it timeout to talk it over, as head coach Brian Gerwig senses his side losing a little bit of focus. Baylor up 4 here in set number 4, up 2-1 in sets, looking to close it out against a Arkansas State Red Wolf side. Welcome back. Baylor leading 8-4 here in set 4 of this first round matchup against Arkansas State, the winners of the Sun Belt Conference Tournament. Baylor currently in the driver's seat, avoiding the upset as of right now after Arkansas State won that first set. Outside, careening off the block, Devin Lewis. Kill number 14 for her. She's hitting over 450.
You see on the replay, that time it was Tori Davis. Caught out of position a little bit.
Through the middle, dug out, but not able to be kept up. And Monchik once again picking up another kill for herself, number 23. She's hitting about 350.
Yeah, Baylor's really had their way offensively. Only 1 dig this entire set for Arkansas State. Just not being able to handle some of these strong spikes.
That one was short to Kale, and she throws it down to the back line. Kale just her 4th kill on 10 total swings.
Once again, Arkansas State just not allowing Baylor to break this set open. This is probably the most lopsided any set has been through 10 points between these two teams.
From the back row again, tooling off the block, good dig from Maloney. Now off the fingertips. Cross court, touching over, and it'll go down. Clever touch on that left side to drop it near the 3-meter line. And Baylor picks up another point.
Yeah, Baylor's had a lot of success at some of these tap overs because Arkansas State is just overcommitting to these powerful swings from the outside. That time it was good positioning, but a great counter there by Baylor.
That one went short to Kale again, and they will hit the antenna. And a point for Arkansas State. They're making a point of getting Adriana Kale a little more involved this set. That's her 5th kill, 2nd of set 4. Now hitting .364, just the 1 block to her name so far. Short reception. That one will go off of the fingertips. Pushed over. On the slide. Not able to be kept in. Another kill for Babimbe. Babimbe's got 14.
Yeah, but Babimbe's really been the 1B to Rachmanchik here today. They've combined for 37 of the team's 63 kills.
Kale tried to push it over. Right through the seam and into the middle of the floor. Addison Collum. A big swing there. Up to 11 kills, hitting .222. Kale now back at the service line. Go into the crowd. Net joust 1. That was the 5'8" Caitlin Whitlock getting up and shoving it back down to the Baylor side.
Yeah, that was Whitlock versus Crack at the net, and Whitlock just wanted that one a little more. Crack kind of caught in a bad spot, couldn't jump as high as Whitlock.
A lot of English on that one from Kale. That one blocked down, and Rachmanchik tried to get a hand on it, but ended up knocking it way out of play. And all of a sudden, Arkansas State's within 1.
Once again, Arkansas State just hanging around, keeping this game close. One of the rare occasions we've seen Rachmanchik just stuffed at the net.
3-0 run for the Red Wolves. Another strange reception as that one's going to be tapped over to the middle of the floor. Through the middle, off the block, kept up by Madison. Short one, that one's blocked down, and it'll go out of play. And it's a tie set again, 4-0 run for Arkansas State. And frankly, I'm a little surprised that head coach Ryan McGuire has not called timeout. The momentum has completely swung in favor of the Red Wolves. That may be why, as Kale sends that one into the net, and Baylor will retake the lead 12-11 off the service error, ending the 4-0 scoring run.
And you see Coach McGuire fired up on the sidelines, trying to instill some energy in his team, showing his confidence by just letting them play right now.
Outside to Whitlock, off the antenna, off the block. Point Arkansas State. I have been real impressed with Caitlin Whitlock today. 20 kills to go along with 10 digs on a 400 hitting clip.
Yeah, she's been dominant in a great setup, cross court, and then just perfect timing to Whitlock. We mentioned before how high she can jump. Hit it through this Baylor block.
Babimbe dug out there by Maloney. Whitlock again, off the tooling the block. Arkansas State going wide. Off the block, kept up by Baylor. Babimbe. That one was blocked. Now from the back line, McCurdy will just tap it over. On the outside, the swing! Down on the back line. Arkansas State takes the lead, 13-12, off the swing on the outside from Peyton Van Veen.
Yeah, Van Veen just sliding over and coming up, putting a good swing on it when Baylor was pretty spread out. She had plenty of open space to hit it down towards.
And a short set there for Tori Davis, who throws it down to the back corner. Tie ball game once again, 13 apiece. Neither side giving an inch.
A good response there by Baylor. Arkansas State assuming that Baylor's going to set one up to the outside instead. Just a quick hitter. And Tori Davis really put some force on that one. No chance for the Red Wolves.
Red Wolves fans getting into it now. Whitlock from the outside, tooling it off the block and down. That was an athletic play from Whitlock. That ball went way over her head. She was able to stretch her right arm and able to swing that one down still efficiently. 21 kills.
Both her and Devin Lewis hitting above 400. Just really, really impressive efficiency with their season on the line.
on the slide, off the block. It was an overpass now. Out wide, down through the left side, but it's out of play. But Baylor immediately challenging that there was a touch. And Ryan McGuire was very sure of himself that there was a touch there, so an immediate challenge for the Bears. So they'll challenge the touch on that swing that went just a little bit too long. If this is overturned, it'll tie the game up at 14 apiece here in set 4. If it is confirmed, Arkansas State will head into 15-13 two-point lead. But this is a de facto timeout for Baylor as well. This is going to be very helpful for them, as currently Arkansas State holds a lot of the momentum.
Yeah, and Coach McGuire relatively calm on the sidelines with his team, given that they have let Arkansas State creep back into this set. Take a look at the replay here. Again, the call was that there was a touch. And we see there.
Maybe they see Ortiz on that back row.
But is that enough? Hard to see if the ball really changes trajectory. And it looks like there were 2 opportunities where there could have been a touch. I assume they're looking at the hands of Ortiz.
Got the limbo going on. Arkansas State staying loose. I mean, they're a fun group.
Certainly.
They are a fun group. 22-8 this season, 12-4 in the Sun Belt, and it really is a family atmosphere from everything you hear. I mean, you can see all the faithful traveling out as well. And the call stands. And an explosion of energy from the home, well, I'd say the de facto home crowd.
Really, they're making it feel like a home game as we start to see some more Purdue fans filling the seats. Purdue and Wright State up next here on ESPN+.
Ryan McGuire getting an explanation from the official. I think they just can't believe that they were incorrect. And they may not have been incorrect, to their credit. It was a call stands, not confirmed, so not enough straight evidence to overturn it officially, as Whitlock will serve it away. Outside, down the seam, Maloney keeps it up. Can they keep it over? Off the tape, dumped down in the middle of the floor. Arkansas State resets. It's a poor pass, but able to keep it within the antenna. Off the block and down. Rock Monchik showing a little bit of emotion after that one.
Yeah, Lewis with a couple nice efforts early on in that rally to keep this play alive, but Rock Monchik just doing what she does best in her office on that left side. Arkansas State defending that right side much, much better than that left side. Baylor exploiting it on that play.
Rock Monchik, really good serve. Great pass from Ortiz. And down from Lewis. That was a great set from everyone involved on the Arkansas State side of the floor. Great dig from the libero Maloney. Unbelievable pass and a great swing to the back corner. No chance for Morgan Madison to get it. Serve goes away to Madison. Rock Monchik from the back line, blocked. She had a lot of space up the sideline, elected not to take it, tried to go through the middle of the floor. And timeout Baylor as Arkansas State takes a 3-point lead here in set 4. And Arkansas State faithful letting their players know they're in this for the long haul.
And I mean, what resilience from the Red Wolves to come out in set 3, lose a heartbreaker 30-28, especially one when they had the set point multiple times, and got down by 3 or 4 points early in this 4th set as well. But Coach Gerwig just rallying the troops. You see that front line. Undersized, but they are playing with a lot of heart here today, knowing their season's on the line. I gotta say, Max, I think that win against number 16 Mizzou early on in the year really was the turning point for this team in terms of belief, really believing that they can hang with these big teams. Obviously that win earlier on in the year, the first ranked win in Arkansas State program history.
Yeah, and that's a thing that you see all around just any college sport. I mean, at least in my opinion, any coach that is really worth their chops is going to schedule difficult opponents, and you may lose those games. That's okay, but it's the experience of playing those big games against great teams like a Missouri, like a Georgia Tech earlier this season. It's just games like that that give you so much experience, and when you finally get over the hump, you are so much better prepared, as Mia Maloney will send it away from the service line. Short set, and it'll go down on the Arkansas State side. Tori Davis with another kill.
Yeah, and the Bears have been using their middle blockers to slide over and get quick spikes as sort of these emergency points almost to stop the bleeding when Arkansas State has a lot of momentum, working to perfection that time.
Baylor down by 2, serving it away, and they give it right back. Service error for Baylor. That's number 11 on the afternoon for them. Arkansas State has 12 on their side.
And that's the 4th by Tori Davis just by herself. Having a tough day serving the volleyball.
That was a poor reception from McCurdy in the back row. And that'll be a service ace for Arkansas State, down by 4.
Yeah, you see, couldn't have said it better myself, just poorly received, kind of went in the direction of Essex, but it was clear that she was sliding over, so just nobody home to set that one up. Fortunate break for the Red Wolves.
Couple of changes, Grace Carroll and Bree Denny will come into the game for Baylor. Just a different look. Denny was shut down at the net, and it'll be a point for Arkansas State. It was a bit of an overpass. As we take one more look at it, reached over the net and hit the net on the back end as well.
Yeah, Rachmanchek mishandled that one a little bit. Just too much sauce on the, like you said, an overpass. Unforced errors leading to Arkansas offense right now.
What a turn and swing. Baylor up the sideline, kept alive. To the opposite side. Madison hustling over. Swing with the left hand, dug out by Maloney. To the other side, Lewis blocked down. Essex and Carroll combined for that block. And Baylor trying to claw their way back as Arkansas State's in the red zone, but just up by 4.
Yeah, really, really good positioning there by Grace Carroll. Hasn't gotten too many looks here today, but when she's been in the game, she's really made her presence felt.
Outside, thrown down. Point for Arkansas State. The Baylor bench confused, wanting a carry on that one. They will not be getting it. Another point for ASU.
Column up to 12 kills on the evening.
5 sets looking likely, but that makes it a little more questionable. That one served out of bounds, and Arkansas State still up 4, but Baylor now with the serve. We'll go with McCurdy from the service line. A nice serve. Outside, Whitlock dumped right back down. Whitlock tried to tap it over Essex, but there's no way that Essex was gonna let that over. 6'3", dumping it straight back down.
Yeah, 6'3" and also a graduate senior. You can't outsmart Essex. She was ready for that one.
Outside cross court, wow, what a dig. And that one's pushed over. Free ball now for Arkansas State. Short to Kale, dug out by Grech. That one pushed to the back corner, what a push. The Binbay with an unbelievable push on that one, giving Baylor the point.
Yeah, Baylor was playing pretty defensive that entire possession. That one could have been a free ball for Arkansas State. There was just nobody home in the back row to defend that push. And a mini 3-0 Baylor run right now. Cut the lead to 2.
Whitlock into the back line. Madison That one's dumped right back. Once again for Rachmanchik. Outside, the swing to the back row, dug out. Again, and that's another point for Baylor. 4-0 scoring run. Timeout, Arkansas State. The pendulum swings straight back to Baylor.
And Harley Kreck is having a outstanding last few points. He's up to 54 assists in total for the game and 12 digs, but we saw a couple very, very impressive digs to keep points alive on this 4-0 run, to go along with a few assists as well. Harley Kreck, kind of the unsung hero of this game, not doing as much offensively, but really doing the little things to keep this Baylor offense humming.
Well, just when you thought Arkansas State was pulling away, they were up 5. They've given up a 4-0 scoring run now to Baylor and sit with just a 1-point lead. Both teams in the red zone, 21-20 here in set 4. Baylor, with a set victory here, would take the match victory. Arkansas State looking to force it to 5. We have a couple of results here from the tournament games that have already happened. Number 5, Colorado swept American 3-0, and Indiana swept Toledo 3-0. So number 5, Colorado, number 4, Indiana will take place in the next round. That will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern here on ESPN Plus as well. And currently number 8, UCLA, down 2-1 to Georgia Tech, who, I mean, you and I, obviously being from here and watching a couple of games here at Holloway Gymnasium, we know how good that Georgia Tech team is. Look at the player comparison, Rachmanchik and Whitlock. Unbelievable performance from both of them. Whitlock, 21 kills, 367 on the hitting percentage. Rachmanchik's efficiency has gone down, but she has certainly still been that lightning rod of offense for the Bears. As we're getting set to go here, Baylor, 4-0 run. McCurdy to serve it away. Maloney for Whitlock, blocked. Whitlock once again into the block, keeping it up. Whitlock one more time, off the block and down out of bounds. Third time's the charm for Arkansas State. A big point to cut that scoring run and get the serve back.
And the Baylor block defensively did all the right things, just kind of running out of room there. Like you said, 3 straight good looks from the outside, and Whitlock was not to be denied on the third chance.
Back row swing blocked down, and now it's an overpass, free ball. Short through the middle seam. Haley Gluns, 4th kill of the day. She hasn't been particularly busy on the attack, but a big kill in a big spot, putting Arkansas State up by 3 here in set 4. Kale caught McCurdy on that one. Rachmanchik putting it down on the back line.
That's where Rachmanchik has had the most success all day today on that left side. We've seen her in the back row attacking, and that's been defended a lot better by Arkansas State, but when she's on the outside, specifically on the left, that's when she can really do the most damage. Just really not enough time for the defense to react. You see that time.
So Arkansas State challenged the call. I don't think that's going to get overturned. It looks like it's pretty well on that white line. So it should be, well, at the very least, call stands, I would imagine. I don't think there's much there to overturn.
Remember, if the ball touches any part of that white line, it is in bounds. Like you said, multiple angles showing it looks like it lands right on that yellow line. Excuse me, white line. But an understandable challenge here by Arkansas State. Trying to get themselves into set point here to force a deciding 5th set.
You can't take them home with you, so you might as well use them. And here's the call. The call is confirmed, so Arkansas State loses the challenge, but essentially gets a timeout from it. Baylor with the serve back on their side. 23-21 Arkansas State here in set 4. Baylor up 2-1 in this thrilling match so far. What was the appetizer has turned into a 5-course meal here in West Lafayette. Maloney. Short one through the middle seam. Madison kept it up. Rockmanchik. Maloney kept it up. Outside, Whitlock. The touch was a little bit too loose, and it drops out of bounds. Baylor within striking distance. 1 point now.
Baylor's climbed all the way back, and Whitlock just kind of mistapped that one. Important to note, Maloney played one that was surely going to go out of bounds. Baylor catching a break there on that last point.
Whitlock on the low one. Off the block and out. Tied up at 23.
And a good angle taken by Babimbe. That one was absolutely stuffed at the net, but at an angle where it just goes straight out of bounds, and Baylor keeps the point.
Outside, off the block. It'll hit the floor. Arkansas State set point 1, 24-23 here in set 4.
And that ends a 3-0 Baylor scoring run. Once again, another nail-biter, Max.
This is where it all comes down for Arkansas State. Collins sends it away. Babimbe tooling off the block. Maloney outside, Whitlock putting it over the block. Madison, Rockmanchik, out of bounds. Arkansas State point. Baylor bench clamoring that was a touch, and Ryan McGuire is going to challenge. He still has his challenge, I believe. And some confusion on the court now. Baylor was adamant that there was a touch. And they give a caution to Baylor for attempting to use a challenge that they did not have, so it will be a set 5. What an exciting match this has been. Coin toss here. We'll be back with set 5 in just a few moments here on ESPN+. Welcome back. It's set 5 here in West Lafayette, Indiana. Rules for the 5th set. First team to 15 wins. You must win by 2 points. It's going to be a fun one here. No better words in volleyball than set 5. And it's just been an unbelievable match. I mean, I don't think that there's one team that particularly deserves to lose at this point.
No, not one bit. Both coaches had their teams ready to play. And important to note, Baylor, they were the favorites coming in, but they have a very, very young roster. We mentioned a lot of their stars were freshmen and sophomores. Arkansas State showing that experience has a lot of value in these winner-go-home conditions.
Here we go, set 5 from West Lafayette is underway. Rockmanchik gets it going straight away. A big kill down that left sideline.
And she was fired up, both after the spike and during it. That was with some power. Baylor making quick work on that first point.
Bringing you set 5, Arkansas State versus Baylor here on ESPN+. Max Bury, Gavin Connolly here with you this afternoon as that one will drop just out of play on the swing from Whitlock. 2-0 Baylor, they have the early advantage.
A quick 2 points. Arkansas State tried to counter with a quick strike of their own, but that one just kind of ballooned out of play off the hands of Whitlock.
Madison will serve it away. Off the fingertips of the block. Babimbe blocked down.
That was Dadriana Kale just reading the eyes of Babimbe. see just perfect timing.
After that block, Kale will go to the service line. What a serve! Dropping it at the 3-meter line right between 3 Baylor players. It's all tied up at 2.
And an ace to follow up that phenomenal block, and some moves being put on by number 4, forcing the timeout as well.
Immediate timeout for Baylor, not wanting to give an inch of the momentum. We'll be back with more Set 5 action here in West Lafayette in just a few moments here on ESPN+. West Lafayette, Indiana, 2-2 here in Set 5 as we are getting set for action once more. Adriana Kale will send it away for Arkansas State. Looking for the back corner, finds Rockmanchik. Rockmanchik tooling the block, but dug out. Whitlock off the block, kept up. Now Rockmanchik into the block, kept up by Whitlock. Outside, pushed into the middle. Addison Collum, a clever touch, dropping it in the middle of the floor. .30 run now for Arkansas State, and they lead 3-2 here in Set 5. Kale, good serve, forced McCurdy to the floor. Net joust was won by Baylor. Rockmanchik was able to just roll that one over the tape, and it fell on the Red Wolf side of things, and we are now tied at 3-3.
Yeah, and in Set 5, you take every single one of those breaks, like you said, rolling across the top of the tape, just happening to fall on the Arkansas State side of things. 28 kills now for Rockmanchik.
Tiu Lafatu will send it away. Through the middle and through the seam. Addison Collum once again. She's becoming more and more involved in the offense now as Arkansas State takes another point.
Ulufatu coming on and just unable to dig that one out. She's been good all night with 13 digs.
That deflection nearly hit our cameraman on the scaffolding. Through the middle, dug out by Maloney. Outside, Whitlock, and blocked down. Tori Davis alone on that one, 4-4 now.
Something we're used to seeing. Just 1-point leads and a lot of ties and a lot of lead changes.
Ksenia Rockmanchik having a great game, and she adds a service ace. Her second of the evening.
Yeah, and she was second on the team in the regular season, just behind Harley Crack. And 2 more on the evening, like you said, brings her to 24 aces on the season.
And a timeout called by Arkansas State. They want to talk it over. 5-4 Baylor here in Set 5. Arkansas State won Set 1, 25-23. Baylor's then won the 2 next sets, 25-20 and then 30-28 in what was a barn burner of a third set. And then we got an even better 4th set, 25-23 Arkansas State, to push us to Set 5, where Baylor leads 5-4 in a huge matchup. And something's got to give between these 2 teams. Does Baylor continue their undefeated streak in the first round of NCAA tournament games under head coach Ryan McGuire, or does Arkansas State win their first ever NCAA tournament game here?
You know, it really would be fitting for the Red Wolves. I mean, it just seems like Brian Gerwig in each season has elevated this program to a different level. You know, last year winning Coach of the Year, this year making his first NCAA tournament berth. We mentioned the Red Wolves' first in essentially a decade.
Last year, Arkansas State won 28 games, which matched the program record. As just to your point, unbelievable turnaround for this program.
Yeah, the greatest turnaround within a 3-year stretch for the Wolves. It's been amazing, but can they get to that next step? They made the tournament. Can they win in the tournament?
First appearance since 2015. They ended up losing in the first round to Michigan State. Rachmanchik into the net. A service error for the Belarusian, and we're tied at 5 apiece. Caitlin Whitlock now, the junior from San Antonio, Texas. Curdy with the reception. They'll drop it in on the right side. Clever touch there from Grace Carroll, the opposite hitting sophomore, also from San Antonio, Texas. And Baylor retakes the lead, 6-5.
Yeah, Baylor coming out with a lot of height here on the front row. Mentioned Carroll, just a sophomore, but she's the tallest player on this Bears squad. Able to pick up her second kill of the night.
Taylor Crane into serve, dug out by Maloney. It was a good serve. Swing dropped into the middle of the floor. That one into the block, but down on the Arkansas State side. Baylor picking up another point. That's a big one, 2-point lead, 7-5 here in set 15.
And we've finally seen a team with more than a 1-point lead. Don't expect that to last long.
Swung through the middle, what a dig. That's an even better dig from Maloney. Off the block, great dig there. Crane, but it'll go out of play. Baylor just couldn't quite keep their wits about them. Arkansas State gets the serve back, 7-6.
Just running out of room there on that sideline. Ball goes on the outside of the antenna.
Outside, off the block and down. Grace Carroll, that strong left hand. And we will switch sides here. 8-6 for Baylor here in set number 5. Arkansas State right now on the outside looking in. Baylor will have the serve out of the switch. A great matchup so far. Two teams that really played a certain way throughout the regular season. It's been a completely different story now. Their game throughout the majority of the season has been keep the defense strong and the attack comes later just with talent alone. But through this game, it's just been all offense. 300 hitting percentage for Baylor, 289 for Arkansas State. You can see the kills difference is the current difference so far, 75-67 for the Red Wolves.
Just incredible numbers.
Maloney receives that one. Ortiz, really nice dump down. Nicely done by Ortiz with that reception on the serve, getting so close to the net, touching it up for Van Veen, who was able to drop it down in the middle of the floor. 8-7 now. Madigan sends it away. That one touched over, and he'll drop into the middle. Seemed like a little miscommunication. I think Whitlock and Madigan didn't know who was going to go for it.
Just a perfectly placed tip right on the Terraplex where there was no one guarding it.
That one off the fingertips of Whitlock. Really nice job by Maloney to keep it alive, and a free ball for Baylor. Out wide, down through the seam. Rachmanchik, huge swing, Baylor up 3.
And Baylor fooled them on that one. Not only did they get a free ball as a timeout is called, Essex went up, faked it, and Rachmanchik had an easy spike on the outside.
Final timeout taken by Arkansas State. From here on out, it's just willpower as they want to talk it over. Baylor up by 3 here in set 5. Arkansas State this set hitting 200 compared to Baylor's 500. Baylor's just had a little bit more edge to them in this 5th set.
Just really quick offense, really this entire set from the Bears. You saw they had the first 2 points of the set. It seemed like within an instant, just off of 2 quick sets to the outside. Just the execution really late in the game. Obviously in a 5-set game, you know, it's tough to be focused for that entire time, but Baylor really seemingly digging deep.
So just some stats updates for you. Harley Kreck has had an unbelievable game as the setter. 17 digs, she's in a double-double. 17 digs, her previous career high, 49 assists. This game she's got 59. One away from 60, which is just an unreal number to even say out loud. And then Erin Madigan on the other side, 13 digs with 40 assists. And Valeria Ortiz, 7 digs, 21 assists for them. Just been so much digging. 83 digs for Baylor, 74 for Arkansas State. As McCurdy will get us going again from the service line off the tape. Whitlock drops to the knees. That one pushed in the middle. That one dropped to the middle. Swing to the back corner. Strong swing from Addison Collum. No one was really in the area. A relatively free ball swing for her.
Yeah, and it looked like it was kind of a defensive effort from Arkansas State. They had to go out of bounds to keep this one alive, but once again, a good swing by Collum.
G. Weiler serves it away. Tooling off the block and out of play. Ksenia Rachmanchik, 30 kills in this one right now.
That is an unbelievable number.
She passed her career high. She set a career high in their last match against TCU with 28. She got 30 now. As that one's gonna fall to the floor. Poor service reception and an ace for Morgan Madison as Baylor 3 points away from taking it all.
Yeah, an ace in this situation just cannot happen, especially self-inflicted like it just was.
Arkansas State, it's just all in the heart now for them. No timeouts remaining. Whitlock into the block. Baylor shutting it down on the outside. And so Brian Gerwig will challenge. I believe he's going to challenge if there was a net touch, but I think he's effectively just using this as a timeout.
Certainly a wise decision. We've seen Whitlock a couple times on the outside try and finesse one over the net instead of use a powerful swing. And both times it's been blocked by the Baylor Bears front row. A 3-0 scoring run for the Bears now, within 2.
There's Brian Gerwig talking to his team. And the call is confirmed. Really nothing to challenge there. But you can't take the challenge home with you, and you might as well use it while you got it. 5-point lead for Baylor now, 2 points away from a set 5 victory and advancing to the second round for the 10th straight tournament. Through the middle. Adriana Kale, a short set and a big sigh of relief for Kale. She's effectively been shut out of this game. 7 kills and just 3 blocks for her. She's such a potent player. Rachmanchik into the block and down. That one bounced around the top of the block and hit the Arkansas State floor. And now set point 1 for Baylor here in set 5.
Unbelievable. That one pinballed around a few different Red Wolves. Rachmanchik, a 31 kill, double-double to go along with her 10 digs.
Match point. Ulufatu will serve it away. Whitlock receives. Outside, Collum dropped it into no man's land, and 2 Baylor Bears went for it, and it tooled out of bounds. Arkansas State has a lot of ground to make up, and they look to Valeria Ortiz, the secondary setter, to serve them to victory. 14-10. It's going to require a huge run. Here we go. Ortiz from the line. It's a nice serve. Rachmanchik down on the backside. And that will do it. Baylor wins in 5 sets. Arkansas State gave them a scare, but the Bears survive and advance.
Wow, what a game. What a way to kick off the NCAA tournament here in West Lafayette. Just an unbelievable match before Purdue even plays. Highlighted by Ksenia Rachmanchik, a 32-point kill game. As we take a look at the bracket, Baylor advances to play the winner of number 3 Purdue and Wright State. They'll play on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern here on ESPN+.
Yeah. Don't have to go anywhere right now. Purdue and Wright State will be playing in just about 30 minutes time here in West Lafayette, but what a performance here for both sides, really. I mean, Arkansas State can leave with their heads held high. Really just an unbelievable match from both sides involved. Just such strong performance, but Baylor was able to close it out in the end. 25-23, 19-25, 28-30, 25-23, and then Baylor dropped a 15-10 fifth set to finish it off. They will face the winner of Purdue versus Wright State, which is coming up in just a few moments here in just a couple minutes on ESPN+. For Gavin Connolly, I am Max Bury. Thank you for watching here on ESPN+. Have a wonderful rest of your night.